because you could see the connection. I believe it's with the Laces team.
Laces,
they have
Mama.
a connection.
Let's talk about the Laces. Let's talk about the Laces, man. Cause Mama, is that your favorite team so far?
Yes, that's the team I think is going to win it all. Based on the game that I've seen, this team is going to win it all. And none of these players, if I'm thinking correctly, are teammates anywhere else as far as the WNBA. Yeah.
Well, technically, Tiffany Hayes and Kate Martin were teammates for like half the
But
year.
they really didn't play together.
Yeah.
Because Kate Martin didn't really get on the floor like that.
Right.
But did you see what she was doing yesterday? Kate Martin was like, "You think I can't play?"
Kate Martin scored the winning bucket.
I know, but she was like, "Wait a minute." But throughout the game, she said, "You think I can't play? Let me show you I can play. I'm not just on no team just to be on no team. I can play." So I was loving how Alyssa Thomas is the key to it all, y'all.
Yep.
She's the key to it all. She can pass that ball to any of her players and give them an opportunity to make that basket. And she's not afraid to take the basket herself. But she's a great facilitator on the 3-on-3. Mm-hmm. So I think this team has the potential to win the championship. Unless everybody else rise up to the occasion. Because they are playing. Now, don't get me wrong now, y'all. They are playing professional ball. But this team, with Alyssa Thomas,
they special.
They have a, if you will.
Special.
They have something else that these other teams don't have. And I think the other teams see it. They see what Alyssa Thomas is. So what they're going to have to do, they're going to have to take one of their team members and kind of like say, you're going to have to be an Alyssa Thomas for us. And you're going to have to find a way to get the ball. Because the bigs are having a problem because most of them want to go to the rim. They don't want to shoot from the outside. Now, Dawson will shoot that 3. I'm telling you. Yeah. I was like, go on, girl. She still got her game, y'all. I like Dawson. She's always been one of my favorites.
Big Mama.
She always been one of my favorites. I was like, every time she would shoot, I'm like, go on, girl, get that ball. But what I'm saying is, when your bigs only want to go to the rim and not shoot from the outside, it limits what the guards are going to do. Because the guard's going to always go to the rim. But if the bigs only want to be at the rim and not shoot from the outside, it limits what that team can do, especially since there's only 3 of you. Mm-hmm. So I think it's very important for all these teams. Yes, everybody's got a game underneath their belt. So all of them touch it. You see, you've been in the ring, on the floor.
At this point, you got 2 games.
Yeah. Some of them got 2 games.
Well, they all got 2 games now.
It's only been 6 games.
Yeah.
Oh, what am I thinking? Okay. So all of you have had a chance to be on the floor, touch how the floor feels, and how you have to, reorient their game, because this is a different floor. It's not the same spacing as what you're used to. So you've all had that chance. Now it's time for somebody to say, "Hey, you the leader. When we on the floor, you the leader. I need you to facilitate this ball. I need you to get this person here." And I know what I also love. There's only one coach that ever coached in the WNBA, and that's Witherspoon. She's the only one has been an actual coach in the WNBA. Mm-hmm. All these other coaches have not. But what you have seen, they do have some plays to run. So
Andrew Wade, dudes, kill it. Like, he got a talented team.
Yes, he does.
But I think what he's doing with the Laces is fire.
Yes,
fire.
Yes. It's easy when you got a good team, though.
It is. It's easy.
And they kind of like complement each other. Mm-hmm. That I think that's what I was really trying to get to. All these teams got to find a way to complement each other so that you bring the best out of each and every one of them. Because all of you are professionals, so that's not the issue. You're all professionals. And some of you are better at one thing than the other. Some are better at shooting those what is her name? McBride.
Oh, Kayla McBride.
That Kayla McBride. I was like, shoot the ball, girl. You are shooting the ball. I was like, she is just going lights out. She was just going crazy. I'm telling you. I was sitting back. I'm like, is she gonna do another three? Is she gonna do another three? And she just went crazy with it. So I'm telling you, McBride, she was good anyway in the finals and everything. But I'm just saying, to see her on this 3-on-3, this is her game. This is her game, because they're passing that ball out and putting her in position to make that 3 ball, and she's in rhythm. I love it. I love it. So some of them, every team have somebody that really is sticking out on the team. But when you only have 3 people at a time on the floor, you got to have more than that.
Yeah.
You got to have more than that if you plan to win. I'm sorry, I got a little excited with
McBride. Mama, you right. You are. I think you are absolutely right. We got Eric says, Kayla McBuckets.
Yes,
absolutely. McBuckets has been doing her thing.
Yes.
And I love to see it. So, Mama, let's do a quick.
Okay.
Not necessarily quick, but like let's do a fire round of like these teams. Okay. So we're gonna go team by team.
Okay.
We're gonna go in the order of this picture.
Okay.
And we're gonna talk about some of the players that we really enjoy and what the X factor is for those particular teams. Now, you talked about the Laces and how good they are, and so I agree with Mama. I do think that the Laces are the best team in this league. Now, before the season started, there were people and publications that was like, oh, the Laces are not going to be very good because the Laces did not have like, oh, that number one X Factor player that everybody loves, right? It didn't have, Nafisa or Brianna Stewart or Angel, right? It didn't have like name brand players. I say that in quotes because I think all these players are name brand for sure.
Yes, they are.
But it wasn't like necessarily fan favorite type players besides Kate Martin, and the reason why people like Kate Martin is because Iowa, right? But when we look at this Laces team, they are the best prepared team for 3-on-3.
Yes.
Alyssa Thomas is a post player technically, but she plays like a guard.
Yep.
And can bully ball anybody, so you can't really defend Alyssa Thomas.
No.
Because she's either going to run you over or she's going to look like she's going to run you over.
and you get out the way.
And then dish the pass or something. And like, she just, like, she's fantastic.
Yes, she
and then
is.
you pair her with Tiffany Hayes, who is lightning in a bottle. Like, she can just, boom, do a whole bunch of crazy stuff, get to the basket, kind of be like this very, very crafty player, even though she's an older player.
Yeah, she's
very,
still very,
very
well.
crafty. You got Kayla McBride, who could just hang out at 3-point line and just shoot 30s for days. You got Kate Martin, who can do a little bit of everything. She's like a Swiss Army knife in a sense, where she can do a little bit of everything on the court. And it's just like, pick your poison.
And what about
Dolson? And you got Stephanie Dolson.
Yeah, because she can go to the rim or she can shoot the 3.
Yeah.
So you still can't, like, you got to guard her.
And it's just, like, they are the most effective team because of the personalities they have. Also, I love the fact that this is the introvert team. This is the introvert team that's not doing all these TikTok stuff. Right. They're not doing all this fun stuff. They are quiet. They doing their puzzles. They relaxing.
Yep. Not keeping up any ruckus, right?
And then they get on the flow. And they just dominate. And then they go back to their quiet room and then they just calm and all this other stuff.
They're all about business.
They
all about business. And they didn't come into this league to lose. And you think that they started really nice now, really strong now. I think they're going to continue to be strong.
Oh, for sure. I
think they're going to continue to be strong because their personalities too, I think.
Yeah.
They have all, I think they all, especially Alyssa Thomas and, why can't I think of her name? Buckets.
Kayla.
they have strong personalities on the floor. It's almost like a threatening kind of because when they get hot, it's like, what you gonna do with them?
Yeah.
What you gonna do with them when they get hot?
There's nothing you can do. I mean, Alyssa's a freight train, and McBuckets is a 3-point assassin.
Yep.
Pick your poison.
That's it. Mm-hmm.
And guys, think about this. Jackie Young still has not played a game yet.
That's right. So imagine when she comes back.
Imagine
when she comes back. What you gonna do with her?
Yeah. BU says, "Oh yeah, add Jackie Young too." Yeah, yeah. She hasn't even played yet. Like once, I just can't imagine. Once she hits the floor, watch out, guys, for the Laces, the best team in Unrivaled. If they stay healthy, dog, y'all can't do nothing. Nobody can do anything against the Laces. Okay, I'm just saying, cheat code team. Okay, next up. Let's talk about the Lunar Owls.
Okay.
So this is a team. They got one of the co-founders, Nafisa Collier. They got Alicia Gray, who can do a little bit of everything. You got Skylar Dingus-Smith, who is just showing everybody that she is about that life, guys. She didn't have she had a good the game what was that, yesterday?
The first
game was fire. Game. The second game was all right.
She didn't have the same energy.
Yeah, it was fine, but not as crazy as that first game.
I think she gave so much in that first game, she didn't have it for the second, to that level. That's what I mean.
They also got Courtney Williams, Shakira Austin. Mama, what do you overall think about this roster?
So I don't think Courtney has risen to the occasion in this 3-on-3 yet. I don't think she's played her best game at all. Shakira Austin, they were expecting her to do more than what she did. She did okay, but they're expecting her to do way more than what she did. She needs to get warmed up, as they say. Warmed
and
up.
Also she's kind of coming off an injury too. So
is she?
That could also be a reason.
Okay.
A reason for her play. Oh, sorry, Will, I forgot a super chat.
Now Nafisa Collier did show herself, didn't she? She was like, give me that ball.
She's so good.
She was like, give me that ball. She did it so effortlessly. Was like, I'm just playing a game. I'm just playing a game. That's the way it looked like she was doing it on and just.
Because it's easy for her.
It is.
She's just so good.
And she just rolls. She just rolls. For she hit the basket. It's like, wow. So I did love her game. Alicia Gray, she was good too. Mm-hmm. So for them, the three that really had an impact was Nafisa, Alicia, and Skylar.
Yeah.
So Courtney and Shakira didn't have as much of an impact as they need to going forward if the Lunar Owls expect to win.
Yeah.
They got to step it up.
Yeah. I think we'll see I think we'll see some stuff from them for sure. Let's go to another team that's also extremely good right now, and that is the Mist.
Yes.
Mama, I really like this Mist team. And after that first day, I was like, okay.
Because they won the first game.
No, because they remember they lost against the Lunar Owls.
Oh, because they should have won.
Yeah, they should have won. But the thing I like about the Mist is they have talent. Of course, because every team has talent. That's not a surprise. But I like the assortment of players that they have. And let's kind of talk specifically about some of those players. So this Mist team, when we look at the roster, they have they got Jewel Lloyd, they got Rakia Jackson, Brianna Stewart, one of the co-founders, Courtney Vandersloot, Dejanay Carrington, and Aaliyah Edwards. So those are the players on the team. And that first game, I thought it was neck and neck, right? It was like, okay, this Mist team can really hang with the Lunar Owls. I was like, okay, this is a good team. And then they got absolutely smoked yesterday in a kind of embarrassing fashion.
And I didn't understand that. I was like, what happened? I'm wondering if
they got exposed. Dun dun dun.
But I think again, I don't know if they had put so much energy into that first game that when they came to play the second game, they just didn't have it in them.
They don't have they defense is not there. Like you remember the laces was just left and right killing basically the entire game.
They were,
and it was nothing. It was nothing the Miss can really do. Yes, the Miss has talent, but when you're talking about a player like Courtney Vandersloot.
Well, Courtney didn't do as well as she needed to do, especially being a point guard.
She was downright bad.
No, but I'm saying what I'm saying is
yesterday.
What I'm saying is I expect the point guards, no matter what team they're on, I expect these point guards to rise to the occasion because they're used to rising to the occasion, right? Because they're usually the flow of the game, right? So I feel that all these point guards should level up their game in a 3-on-3.
Yeah.
That's just what I feel. Okay, so I think Breanna Stewart was just off a little. I don't know if it's because I don't know how much practice all of them had prior to the first game starting, number one. So I don't know at what point did they go and did they have 2 weeks? How much time did they have to get adjusted to the court?
Mm-hmm.
So I think that may have had it seemed like that was the issue with Breanna Stewart because she would hit the rim, but her balls wasn't going in, and balls that we know she can hit.
Yeah,
she would make these shots any day of the week. Okay, and they were not going in for her. So I think it may be she needs more time on that court. Jewel Lloyd is always going to be a shooter. Mm-hmm. She's always going for the basket. I was enjoyable. Rickea Jackson, I did love to see her. Rickea Jackson. I like
Rickea.
When I saw her making those threes, I was like, well, you going to keep on making the threes? Okay. But DeJanae need to work on her game. I'm sorry. In this second game.
Yeah, the second game. The first game, she was fantastic.
She did awesome. I don't know what happened in the second game.
Yeah.
And I don't think Aaliyah Boston got a lot of time on the
Edwards.
floor. What did I say?
Boston.
Aaliyah.
They both playing in it.
Oh, yeah. Edwards, I'm going to say Edwards because I like to say her last name anyway. I don't think she had a lot of time on the floor.
Yeah, she didn't.
I do like the fact that she's playing without her mask. I do like that.
Mm-hmm.
So she's not worried about getting hurt. But I think they need to, because she always rolls to the basket.
Yeah.
But that's not going to be enough.
I think she needs to develop a little more for 3-on-3.
Mm-hmm.
Because Aaliyah Edwards, in 5-on-5, she's good. 3-on-3, it exposes you. It exposes the way you play defense. It exposes your versatility on offense, which is why Aaliyah Edwards didn't really play very much.
Mm-hmm.
Because it was like, okay, well,
what can she do?
Yeah.
What can she do?
And it's like we want to win.
Right.
We don't want to just be here. Like Phil Handy's like, I gotta win this game.
But isn't this the real reason for Unrivaled? Is so that the women are able to compete in between seasons so that they can get better.
Mm-hmm.
This is really the reason. So I know he wants to win, but at some point he's going to have to trust her or do a lot more training to say, this is what I need you to do. You can't do what you were doing when you was 5-on-5. That's not going to work in this kind of a game.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta develop a different strategy now. You got to move your feet a different way. You can't be just sitting at a basket because that's not where we need you at. You got to be able to roll to the basket. Mm-hmm. You got to be able to, if we need you to, shoot from the outside. You got to be able to do everything. And I think that's what the Laces have that everybody else don't have.
Yes.
They can shoot threes. They can shoot at the free throw line. They can shoot from the outside, and they can shoot at the rim. So they can shoot in every area. And so this is what every single player has to develop during this Unrivaled. You have to get better during this Unrivaled season. Mm-hmm. You have to. Because if you don't, with the ladies that's overseas playing, and they're getting better over there, and they come back, and they're going to be better, and yes, you're here at home, but you're here for a reason. You're here because you want to be better. So you're going to be challenged. Rise to the challenge. rise up. You could do this. You skilled. You got to learn some new stuff now. Some new. And Aaliyah, being a big player, she being her first year here, in the WNBA, I think that she was used to just one role.
Yeah.
So that's what her challenge is right now. Yeah, and you're a big girl. You have to do more.
And the thing is, it's a lot tougher for the posts to do 3-on-3 than the guards. It's way easier for the guards to be doing this. Right?
That's their game.
Layla says true, mom. So they agreeing with you.
Okay.
They are agreeing. Hey, the chat is fun. The chat is fun. Appreciate y'all so much for rocking out in the chat. But yeah, like I completely agree about Aaliyah Edwards. I think she is a talented player. However, 3-on-3 she's gonna have to work through it. And I think we will possibly see some games where she will only play like 4 minutes or something like that. Because she just has to develop more, because you can't just put a post in the game, because it's 3-on-3.
It's 3-on-3.
You're going to have to guard a guard every now and then.
Yep. Because especially when they switch.
Yeah.
And they do a lot of switching on this 3-on-3.
Like you are going to get exposed. And it's one of those things where like, hey, and you're going to be forced to improve. And I think that's why, especially for, her and the other rookies, I think this is just huge for them.
It's so much value in them being a part of this. And I know, yes, they're being paid and they're having fun, but ultimately you've got to get better for that, because the next season is coming up. And if now this is just the first week. How many weeks do Unrivaled last?
I think it's a total of 9 weeks.
So they got 9 weeks. That's 3 months. That's a lot. You can change everything in 3 months. You can make all kinds of changes in 3 months. Anybody will tell you.
And you're playing 2 games a week, so you can get
develop
better fast. Yep.
And I'm sure their trainers are working with them.
For sure.
So
for sure,
we should see some more success.
So yeah, that's the Mist. Now, Mama, let's move on to talk about Team Rose. This was a team that had a lot of excitement around it, right? Because you got the big time player Angel Reese on there. You had Lexi Hull with the Indiana Fever. You got Brittany Sykes, Azurá Stevens, Chelsea Gray, and Kalia Copper.
You got all people that everybody know.
Yeah. Well, besides Azurá, I don't think a lot of people know Azurá.
Well, we know Azurá.
Well, we know her.
Azurá is an older player.
Well,
but
we know her because she played for the Sky. But I think a lot of other people know everybody else.
Okay.
Maybe not Brittany Sykes either. But anyway, let's talk about.
I felt that they were outmatched in their games. Now,
defense.
One of the things I love, Chelsea and Copper were doing what they normally do.
Yeah.
They were playing like, this is what we do. Between Stevens and Angel, they kept switching them out.
Because you saw how tired they was?
They were.
I was like, so here's the thing. 3-on-3 is very, very fast. And so you can be in 5-on-5 shape and not be able to handle, be huffing and puffing when it comes to 3-on-3. And them two, that's why there were sometimes people were like, why is Angel on the bench? Why is
Azurá get her breath?
Because she's tired, y'all. Like it is a whole nother level. Like it's not 5-on-5. And so like them two, they
kept switching them out. But I will say that I did see Angel change in her game strategy. Yes. She was hitting from the outside. She wasn't just at the rim. She was taking shots from the outside, and she made a couple of them. Seemed like easily. So I think that she's picking up far as, okay, I can't always just shoot at the rim.
Yeah.
But there was another part where she's got to still clean up is when she is at the rim and she missed the ball, she gets her rebound and she takes it back up. She's got to make those baskets. She's got to make those baskets at the rim. So she's got to improve that. But I did like the fact that she's shooting more, not just at the rim, but shooting from the outside. But that running back and forth, She's got to get in a little bit more shape.
Yeah, she exhausted.
Yeah.
She flat out exhausted. And like I totally understand that. I totally
I think
totally
they didn't
get that
expect,
because
even though they kept saying this is faster, until they really experienced it, they didn't understand how fast it was.
Well, because you think about it. The two bigs that I felt were the most prepared for this 3-on-3, De'Erica Hamby, Stephanie Dolson.
Yep.
Why? Those two players have played 3x3 for the Olympics. They know how you have to be. And Stephanie Dolson, like, yeah, people may look at her and be like, oh, no, she can't.
Oh,
Stephanie can play. She can't play 3-on-3.
And Stephanie can run.
Stephanie
and
Dolson
she can run.
Can run. She can run. She can be right up on you.
Yep.
And kind of run down the court and calm her breath down so she can shoot that 3 and drain it. Like, there is a different level that some of these players have. And the guards, it's a lot easier for them.
Yeah.
But for the post, it is De'Erica and Stephanie Dolson. And the rest of them, while they do have talent, and yes, Ryan Howard did play 3x3. However, I was talking specifically about the post players. So those two in particular, as the posts, I think they have a leg up over everybody else. And I'm not saying that everybody else isn't good. They are. It's just that there's,
as being post players,
there's a different dynamic.
You can see the difference.
Yeah.
But Azaree's a little bit older too. But she's still able to play. But you could tell she could not keep up with that speed. You know, by the time they got down to the other end of the court, she just barely get half court. It was like, okay, y'all come on up, come on.
And it was all the post players.
Yeah.
Like it was all. It's just that Azaree and Angel played quite a bit of minutes, right? And so that's why we were just sort of observing that. But
they had to, because one of them couldn't play longer than the other. They had to kind of really, really share. You know.
We got another super chat. Shout out to you, Didi in Tennessee. Thank you so much for the super chat. Says, hi, Quita and Mom. I haven't been able to keep up with Unrivaled much, so I really appreciate the fact that I can always look to you to keep me in the loop. Well, appreciate you for rocking with us. Thank you so much. Mama, let's wrap up talking about Team Rose.
Okay.
I like Team Rose. I think they're fun. I think when it comes to like content, social media content and all that stuff, like this team gives a lot of that. Like they're very entertaining. Okay.
Yes,
I mean, you kind of have to be when you got Angel on your team. But they're very, very entertaining, very, very fun. They're not going to win a lot of games. They're just not. The reason why, in my opinion...
I feel for them, because I feel for Copper and Gray. That's who I feel for, I'm being honest with you. Because those ladies going to play their heart out. They're going to play their hearts out. So I feel bad for them that their other 4 players are... Well, Lexi is good too, don't get me wrong.
But Lexi ain't been playing. People was mad at Nola Henry.
Yeah, he wasn't really playing her a lot.
For like,
I don't understand why.
Because Nola, she just became the I think the assistant coach for Dallas, I believe. Anyway, Nola was trying to figure out a lineup that could play some really good defense and also had size. And Lexi just sort of was rocking out on the bench because, like, you know, they needed defense and they needed some like sizable height. You had to have, you know, Chelsea Gray had to be in for most of the game.
Right.
Same thing for Kalia Copper. Brittany Sykes is also one of those players that you kind of generally want to have in that general rotation. And then you either had to have Azaree or Angel.
Right.
And so in some instances, it was sort of like Lexi was the odd woman out. And like, she's a good player.
But she's going to have to rotate her in some kind of way. She's going to have to give her more time so she can give us some more offense.
I think Nola has to... I think she has potential with this team, but like, she has to make adjustments.
Yeah. Otherwise, this team won't have no chance of winning.
Yeah. Because you can make Lexi work in this offense. Like, you absolutely can. It's just that you got to make adjustments. And it's like, it's one of those things where you either do it or you don't. right?
But Copper and Gray,
Yeah, they're great.
they're going to. You could see on their face they doing everything they possibly. Copper running up and down the floor, up and down the floor, and Gray sliding the ball. It's like, this is what she do. What I'm saying is, I just feel bad for them because it seemed like they just needed like at least somebody switched out on their team to make their team viable.
Mm-hmm.
That's why, they too great of players that it's gonna be hard for. They're not gonna be satisfied with losing regularly.
Oh no,
they're not gonna be satisfied.
Oh no, like right now they're cool, but like it really is. It really is all about defense.
Mm-hmm. Because I'm trying to remember one part of, I think it was the first game where Kalia was in and I think Angel was in and I can't remember who else was in, but it was like when she was trying to get the ball to Angel to make a shot and Angel kind of like went away from the basket. She looking like, would you get on over here so I can give you this ball? I'm trying to pass you this ball. I can see it in her mind. I'm just making the way I see her eyes. She's like, I'm trying to get you this ball. Stay in place. And then she ended up taking it herself because Angel was acting like she didn't really want that play. That's what it seemed like to me. It was one.
Angel was tired.
Yeah, she was tired. Yeah, she was tired. She was tired.
I think Rose is a fun team. I think they will always have close games. I don't think Team Rose will get blown out. I don't.
No, I don't think.
But
winning is
I
the
don't
key,
think they will win a lot of games. Mm-hmm. I just don't. Now they will get a lot better for sure. And they will stay competitive. Like that competitive is not an issue. But the thing that will take them away from winning is their defense. That is the thing that is their biggest issue. Is sometimes you just gotta buckle down, man. You gotta buckle down and just sit down and play some defense.
Mm-hmm.
You got to.
See, I think that they didn't really think defense was gonna be. Like I said, that's why I said this. It felt like an all-star game at first because everybody was just running down the floor and flicking it up. But then when you saw them buckle down, when it was like, no, we got to win this game. No, we got to win this game. So some defense is necessary. So you're not going to get by.
Unless you get offensive firepower, which they don't have in spades. Yes, Kalia can score. Mm-hmm. Yes, Chelsea Gray can score. Absolutely. But they don't have Kayla McBride on their team. If they did, they wouldn't have lost so far.
Right.
Defense only becomes a more of a glaring issue when you don't have the offense to back it up.
Right.
And that's why the Laces will be the best team because not only do they have offense for days, they also have defense.
Yes, they do. And they ain't afraid to show it either.
Defense. Okay, so we've gone through a good amount of these teams. Let's
the Phantom. Now.
Let's talk about the Phantom. So Phantom, they got Sabrina Ionescu, Satu Sabali, Natasha Cloud, Brittany Griner, Natisha Heidemann, who I thought had a really good game yesterday. And Katie Lou Samuelson. So, Mama, this is one of those teams that Sabrina Ionescu
has great potential,
and she wanted this team, right? There was a trade that happened before Sabrina actually joined. Sabrina really wanted to play with Satu.
Oh, she did. Okay,
they're former teammates. They both played at Oregon. Wanted to play together. And they are a team that has potential. Now, I've seen a lot of people online dogging out Satu Sabali.
Why?
And saying Satu Sabali played so terrible and all this other stuff. Here's the thing, guys. Satu Sabali is someone who can score the basketball. Satu Sabali is not a defender. Mm-mm. Nor has she ever really been a defender. And I'm just a little confused as to like, there's some people who are like, she's terrible and blah, blah, blah. And I'm just like, dude, she was never an elite defender. She never was. And so like, yes, she is a scorer. Mm-hmm. Has she had bad games? Yeah. That last game against the Laces, yeah, she was not very good in that game. But Satu Sabali is a bona fide scorer. Defense, not so much. But on a team like Phantom, that get exposed a whole lot more.
And Sabrina just didn't have her best game. She was shooting, but her shots were off. Where she made her threes, her shots were just off. And it seemed like she had to do so much to keep the team going. That's what I felt Sabrina had to do. She was like the main player trying to get the shots in.
I mean, look at their roster though. That's why.
but Brittany, okay, but see, Brittany is no good for them because she's only the post player. Mm-hmm. Okay, yes, she did drain a three, but
she's older. She's slow.
Yeah, she's slow even in regular season.
It just doesn't. That does not work when it comes to 3-on-3. It just doesn't. Like
So I don't know what they're gonna do, but Natasha is good. Heidemann I don't think she had a lot of time in the game.
Well, they just signed Heidemann.
I know, but I'm just saying.
And I thought she played really.
She did play well, and she is such a great player, and I can see her doing well on the 3-on-3. First of all, because she can move and up and down the court real well.
But she won't be on because they signed her as a
reserve.
Remember they signed her as a what I forgot what it's basically a hardship contract.
Okay.
Right? Because Marina Mabry's out.
Yeah, she got hurt real quick,
and she got hurt before the season even started.
I'm like,
I'm just like,
now if they had Mabry, I think it would have been different.
It would have been different, yeah.
Because
Marina is at least a shooter. Yeah.
She's a shooting power that they were hoping between her and Sabrina. Oh, it would have been fire with them two.
Yeah,
it would have been fire, and Satu wouldn't have had to do nothing but shoot the ball. Where get her in, she would be the shooter with. I guess she would be paired with Brittany and Katie Lou. That's what I would think.
Who?
That I'm saying Satu could be paired with Brittany and Katie Lou
at the same time.
But I'm saying because she's the main shooter.
Yeah, but
I
think you're gonna have to figure. They have to figure out ways to hide Brittany. I really do. Like I really don't think Brittany Griner is set for 3-on-3. Like no. I think in order for them to be more competitive, I think you have to play Brittany less.
True.
Like, I think Brittany's playing way too many minutes. Yeah, occasionally she can knock down a three. Occasionally she can,
but she can't run up and down that floor.
Yeah,
she's not fast enough.
And for someone as big as she is, she's not an elite rebounder. She's not even an elite rebounder in the WNBA. Like it's just not really what she does. And when she can, used to, but not.
Well, I didn't feel that she defended the ball either.
I mean, yeah, she just because especially when she's playing, on a faster post or even a guard, like she's just not very helpful. And like I think that Phantom, if you want to win, you gotta play BG less. Like to me. The goal lineup is Sabrina, Tosh Cloud, and Satu Sabali. But you really need to be switching Satu Sabali, and the problem is because you'd have to switch Satu with another big. But I would say maybe having Katie Lou Samuelson play a little bit bigger, because I just don't. Yes, Brittany can score, but I think she hurts Phantom's ability to really run. Because if you are running and gunning, you have less to worry about when it comes to defense. If Satu, Sabrina, and once Marina comes back, once they can really just run. It doesn't totally. Well, it matters, of course. Defense matters, but defense is less of a issue if you can just run. And I think
your offense is clicking.
Yeah.
If your offense is clicking, defense is less of an issue because now the other team is on defense trying to stop you from scoring, rather the other way.
Yeah.
I just Well, kind of like the Rose and the Phantom, they both got some of the same issues. Whereas, yes, um, Angel and where can I think of a name?
Chelsea,
No, and the other big
Azare.
Azare. Whereas they are able to run up and down the floor, they can't stay in the game long periods of time. Whereas for Brittany, it seems as if she can't hardly anything. Like I said, by the time they down the other end, she's still at the half point line, and it's like they give her a run back again. And it's like, girl, what you gonna do? I think 3-on-3 is not made for somebody her size.
It's not. Yeah.
So I'm not sure what they were thinking, and she may even say, no matter how much practice she do, no matter how much she does to try to get better, she may decide, well, I just can't do this fast. I can't do this fast. I can shoot because she can't shoot from the outside. She can't shoot the three. We know she can shoot at the rim, so that's not the issue. But the fastness.
Yeah, I think that's the big issue.
But that's the most exciting thing I think of Unrivaled.
Is how fast it is.
How fast it is.
Yeah.
I really like that. And you know what I also like? I also like when they shoot a foul is worth 2 points.
Yeah. It makes the game go quick.
It does. It really does. So I like that.
All right, Mama. We are at the last team. Let's talk about Vinyl. So this is the team that got Ryan Howard, De'Erica Hamby, Arike Agumbawale, Aaliyah Boston, Ray Burrell, and Jordan Canada.
Now, I'm not familiar so much with Ray Burrell and Jordan Canada for whatever reason.
Because Ray played this past season for the LA Sparks, and Jordan plays for the LA Sparks as I can't even remember. Actually, no. Jordan plays for the Atlanta Dream.
Okay. So those two.
Right?
Those two.
Yeah,
not,
she plays for the Atlanta Dream.
Their names don't stick out. I
Yeah.
probably would know their faces more when I see them up close, but their names don't stick out at all. But they have 4 dynamic players here, and I think the Laces and the Vinyl are going to be the two at the top.
Yeah. Because with the Laces, what they have, they had a forward, a post player who could play guard like in Alyssa Thomas. Vinyl has that in De'Erica Hamby.
Yep. She was playing her tail off. I was like,
De'Erica's fantastic.
She is.
Like she's great.
And the fact that she's able to sprint. When you look at her, you know she's a big player, but she's able to sprint. She don't have no problem getting up and down that floor.
Again, 3x3 experience.
And then we know what Enrique can do. She spot up, shoot that ball. She don't never get tired. You don't never see her tired.
That's because shooting is in her DNA. Like that's what she do.
That's part of her DNA. And we already talked about how wonderful Howard is.
Ryan Howard.
And Aaliyah Boston did her thing too.
I like. So here's the thing. The reason why I think that Aaliyah has great potential in here, and is because she's not traditionally a fast post player. However, this past season, she has learned to get a whole lot faster.
Yep.
With the Indiana Fever this past season.
Because Caitlin made her get faster.
And I think that has helped her. That has absolutely helped her in this league. I think she's gonna be even better come next season because of what she's doing. I also think Ray Burrell is showing that she can be a valuable asset to the team. Same for Jordan Kent. I think this whole team is good. Of course, led by Ryan and De'Erica, but everybody's just good.
So the Laces and the Vinyl have very good team top to bottom.
And
Teresa Weatherspoon. I was like,
head coach.
When I found out that she was going to be coaching, I was like, wait a minute, did I hear that right? I didn't know she was going to be coaching until they announced it. So it's great to see that she's still in the women's league. because I don't know what she's going to do after Rival is over.
Yeah. I'm hoping that she ends up on a WNBA coaching staff, and depending on how she does with Vinyl, maybe that helps.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe that helps her get a
potential for someone to see her in a different light.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So, because last year was her first year as a head coach, so she didn't have a whole lot of experience, but she has the tenacity, especially when it comes to defense.
And she figured out a way to give Vinyl win both of their 2 games. Like
they 2-0.
They're 2-0.